Hiya folks, Sarat here again with a new Let's Play. Let's be blue shirt dude, since we can pick. That's Alex and that's Ryan. Let's be Ryan. And since I am absolutely horrible at this game, for this little intro video, I'm just going to show you I'm going to keep it on novice. When I actually start Let's Playing this, it will be advanced. Lord help me. But I want to be able to show things off without dying repeatedly. When I get into the actual Let's Play, it will be much funnier when I die repeatedly. But for now, novice. I hold your city captive and Ryan's girlfriend hostage, with my gangs of students and evil bosses. Nobody can stop me now. Meet my demands, or else. P.S. Alex and Ryan, if you interfere, you'll be in for the fight of your lives. Slick. Excuse me, folks. River City Ransom, made by Technos Japan Corporation in 1989. But meet Ryan. Blue shirt, white pants. He can kick. He can punch. He can kick people in the face. He can pick up objects. He can throw them at people and continue to pummel them. He can take an enemy weapon and beat somebody in the face with it. Just like that. He can pick up any money they drop on the ground. He can jump. He can attack while he jumps. He can jump kick. He can run. He can run and jump. He can block attacks. And if the enemies ever stop coming, I will be able to go into more detail about how he does the things he does. Okay, good. Throw a weapon. Get rid of it. Like I said, let's meet Ryan. Up in the upper left, he has a life bar. He can walk around using the directional pad. He can punch with the A button. He can kick with the B. He can jump with the A and B button together. He can run by tapping something twice, and jump higher if he jumps while running. He can bunny hop, kind of. He can stand over a weapon and hit either attack button to pick it up, or he can swing it with A, and then throw it with B. And thus you have seen most of the repertoire of his moves. We will find items later that increase his abilities. But for now, this is it. This is all he has. And he can also hop on walls. The wonders of a 2.5D engine. Gotta love it. Well, anyway, the notable thing about this is that, not that it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, we've seen that done I don't know how many times, but the most notable thing about this game, what sets it apart from the rest, besides it being obviously from the Kunio-kun series, is that you have a status screen. A status screen with 10 different statistics to keep track of. It may look like 20, but that second column would be for player 2 if player 2 was here. But you have punch, how much that controls how much damage you do when you punch. Your kick controls how much damage you do when you kick. Your weapon, how much damage you do when you swing a weapon. Throwing, how much damage you do when you throw something. Agility, how fast you move. Defense, how good you are at blocking attacks, evading damage. Strength, works kind of like armor. The higher your strength, the less damage you take from an attack that hits you. Willpower, the higher it is, the higher the chances that you can possibly regain just a little bit of life force once you get dropped down to 0. Stamina, your hit points, and max power, your maximum hit points. These can all be increased, just as the abilities you can get more abilities. How? I'll explain about that in a second. But for now, more kicking and punching, for this is what we must do. The goal of the game? Find, fight, and defeat a collection of bosses in a very particular order, because bosses don't reveal themselves until you've beaten every boss that's under them. I think there are about 10 bosses in total. I'd have to count again. And before you see boss 2, you have to beat boss 1. Before you see boss 3, you have to beat boss 2, etc. So the majority of this game is spent going from place to place looking for all the different bosses. Which when we find the first one, will be a decent endpoint for the video. When we find and defeat the first one. That will be about where I'll end the video. I don't want to carry around the tire. Okay, I think that's all of these guys. And they've been dropping money, so we have almost $29 to go shopping with. It's not quite enough to show off everything, so I'm going to go kill these guys one more time. Except this time, now they're the frat guys instead of whoever we just beat up. So these guys are just a tad bit tougher. Not an incredible amount. Oh, I was going to throw it at you. Ouch. Ouch. And he ran away. Whenever they go help like that, that means they literally run away from you. And they cry for mama, they yell barf, which is really, really funny in retrospect, and they still drop money. But now I have $32.90, much better. But you notice that after I took all that damage, my life bar went down. If you want to know how much, my stamina is now at 15 points. Yeah. The strange thing is, you can actually survive in this game with 0 stamina, as long as you don't get knocked down again before you manage to refill your health. Go figure. But now that we've seen all that, it's time to talk about the aspect of upgrading your stats and upgrading your abilities. First, we hit a mall. A mall has shops in it. You go in the shops, you buy things, you use the things, and your stats go up or you get new abilities. For example, we're here in the Rise and Shine Cafe. First, let's order some waffles. Why not? Everybody likes waffles, right? He ate the waffles. His agility goes up a point. His strength goes up a point. His stamina goes up quite a bit. And his max power is maxed out. Max power is your maximum hit points really only go up if you order or consume food that raises your hit points, your stamina hit points back up to max and tries to go over max. So that's the only way it really raises your max hit points. But now that we've seen waffles raise all that, what about a cheap hot cocoa? Drinks a hot cocoa, defense goes up 1, stamina 16 up, max power went up because I would assume that I maxed out. Yeah, I hit max stamina and went over it with the amount of stamina that drink replenished, so it boosted up max power just a bit. And as you see, agility, defense, and strength are all 1 point higher. And in case you're curious, the maximum stats for the top 8 stats there, the maximum value is 63. For the bottom 2, it's 127. No, I don't know why they decided on those numbers, but hey, there they go. Probably has something to do with binary or the coding or what have you. But that type of purchase that we just did, where we buy things and eat it immediately, pretty much covers the first 3 shops. This 4th shop, in this first mall, the Grotto Bookstore, these are books, and these are permanent items. They don't go away once we use them, but they grant us an ability as long as we use them and keep them on us. Stone Hands lets us punch faster, Dragon Feet lets us kick faster, and Acro Circus will let us do this funky little invulnerable spin jump if we run and jump. Acro Circus is not all that useful, and I probably won't be buying it unless I just feel, hey, I want to show this off. Stone Hands is okay, but there's a better use for your hands later, and I'll show you what that is. So the one we want to buy is Dragon Feet. Yes, that is what we would like. I'm down to a whole 60 cents, but I'm at max hit points. I don't need another Dragon Feet. So we leave, then we go to Belongings. We use the Dragon Feet, and it says acquired a technique called Dragon Feet. So we can escape there. And now, we'll go into this next screen, which will launch us into more fights. And what's going to happen? You're going to see this new kick he has. The Jocks. And you see what that does? That triple kick there? That's the Dragon Feet going to work. Come on, get over here. Come on, get over here. Stop blocking. Dang it, you're a mook. Oh, you stopped, you jerk. Yeah, brass knuckles. Brass knuckles are a weak weapon, but they're fast enough. And the way you block is timing. You have to time your punch or your kick just as they're swinging at you. You have to time it just right. And you notice this stick made a funny noise when it hits the ground, or when it hit the ground. That's because it's not just a stick; it's a lead pipe, which does quite a bit more damage than the stick, obviously. And you can play baseball with it. I'm not kidding. You can actually play baseball. If you can manage to swing that and deflect like a rock or a brass knuckle, you're playing baseball. Although I did not do it then. Now, you remember what I said about bosses, right? Hear how the music changed? That means when I cleared off all the enemies in this area, a boss showed up. The first boss of the game. And there he is. Hold it, Rocco says punks can't pass. Don't try, or you'll leave on crutches. My kung fu is greater! See? Hey, stop already, you're hurting me! Well, that was kind of the point. Sheesh. And now boss 1 is defeated. But I'm going to show something off here that's a little strange about bosses. Bosses have a major weakness. And you will see what it is as soon as I find number 4 here. There he is. We can catch them monologuing. When we first run into him, he's going to talk and not move. See, watch. My kung fu is still stronger. See? And thus Moose is dead again. The bosses, not only will they monologue and allow you to run in and sucker punch them, but they will return multiple times, and they give you a pretty decent cash prize when you beat them. So it behooves you quite a bit to, if you find a boss that drops a decent amount of money and you can beat it easily, those are great grinding spots. But now that we've gotten to this first part, this is a good place as any to call the video finished for now. Next time, on to boss 2. And if it doesn't take very long, boss 3. Well, boss 2 and 3 are next, aren't they? Yeah. Well, anyway, you'll see when we get there, folks. Take care, folks. See you later.